Welcome back, everyone. We're now going to hear an update on the One Tam Forest Health Project, an effort to study how to best restore forests affected by sudden oak death and reduce the risk of catastrophic fire. Please welcome Richard Cobb, Assistant Professor at Cal Poly, where he teaches forest health, dendrology, and ecology. Richard has been collaborating with the Marin Municipal Water District on a study designed to help us better understand how understory brushing changes fuel loads, greenhouse gas cycling, and hydrology in treated forest stands. Between the project and Richard's larger body of work on sudden oak death impacts in California, he has more content than we have time for today. So Richard has prepared some very short supplemental videos that I hope you'll take time to check out. The links are posted in the chat. So thank you, Richard, for joining us today.
Thank you. It's great to be talking to you. I wish that I was there in person. And I'm just going to warn you right now, this is going to have the classic Zoom problems, including the construction zone that's outside of my window. And for better or worse, our session will not be Zoom bombed by my 2-year-old. But sorry, it would have been even more fun for you. But this talk is about solutions. Now, in order to get to that point, we have to have a good understanding of the scope of the problem. And one of my goals here is to show you new research results that are going to be relevant to any conversation about forest health in Marin, and I would argue in much of the Central Coast. So let's get right into it. Let's first confront this problem. How many trees have been infected and killed by sudden oak death? 2 years ago, I got to attend this conference, and I felt the frustration of speakers speakers to the symposium complaining that there had not been a good estimate of how severe this disease was. We have many photographs, such as this one, of extensive amounts of dead trees in the wildland-urban interface, but yet we didn't really know how many trees had been killed. And the good news is, I'm going to tell you, we now have an estimate. And just to remind you, we need to understand both mortality and infection, and we need to understand infection in more than one species. We need to understand it in tan oak, and we need to understand it in bay laurel, because that is where future infections originate from. This is some well-known data just showing that the amounts of sporulation that occur in both of those species drive the spread of the disease within the landscape. Now, we have an estimate of the number of trees, and I want to tell that have been infected and killed, and I want to give you a sense of where the disease is worst. And the answer to that is in the places that you already know and love. In the Central Coast, Marin County has been the ground zero, so to speak, for this disease because it emerged there early on and it has been severe. Our estimates show that. You can see this kind of clustering of infection in Marin and in similar forest types in Sonoma County as well as in Santa Cruz County and the analogous forests in Big Sur. We're also concerned about emerging outbreaks in Humboldt County where there's potential for them to be severe. Now, the way that this kind of estimate is done is through uniting many different kinds of data sets, data that's collected in the field with remote sensing, modeling, and that a whole ton of effort by regular people, so-called citizen science. And those of you that have participated in these sudden oak blitz